What's up, everyone? Daemonxel back again with your Eve Echoes community news, where we take a deep dive in all the happenings of the week. I know I haven't been here. I know I've been away for the last 2 weeks, and that's because I got really, really sick. My kids brought something home, gave it to me. I actually lost my voice for about 4 to 5 days. I was supposed to go on the Echoes of New Eden podcast, not this past weekend, but the weekend beforehand, but I had no voice. Nothing was coming out. So we did miss a lot of things, and a lot of things are coming to the game. So we got to cover a lot, including all those changes that we talked about that we saw in the translated page of the Chinese blog, basically letting us know what was coming to the game. To the patch, which is now those things are now active in the game. So we're going to take a look at those. And we're going to touch on stories from the numbers of the player base actually playing the game to another super being scammed. Let's talk about it. Alright, so we are going to start off, I guess, with the patch notes. So let's talk about the in-game things. I'm going to just go ahead and fire up Eve Echoes here, and I'm also going to bring up the patch notes. Alright, let's do this here. Alright. 1 second. Alright, and let's just do this. Let's move me. There we go. All right, so we have the patch notes, right? And we these are everything that we talked about 2 weeks ago about what we were doing. We have new content, right? We have that new mod coming out, the capital damage control. That's now out. All these things are now live as of today, the 20th. Well, early in the morning, right? At least my time, anyway. So we have the new capital damage control unit. We have the new Starbreak Nanocores. We're going to take a look at that. Actually, let's bring up the game and let's look at all these things as we're talking about them, right? So let's get my game going here. As you can see here, this is a picture of the Starbreak Nanocore. It does look really cool, but we're going to take a look at it live. Obviously, not on a Nix. Well, on a Nix, but not a personal Nix because I do not have a Supercarrier. So, let's just jump in here. Alright, yes, and I know I changed up my ship. I'm now in a Gnosis right now. It's all what I had, and it's basically what I had in here. I've been very busy, so I haven't really been in-game a lot. I haven't been playing the game a lot. I've been playing through the different phases. Can't really talk about it because of the NDA, the Eve Frontier game. We will have some news covering that in another week or two. And we're going to be covering that as soon as the NDA is lifted. We're going to do a whole bunch of videos on Eve Frontier. But I will also be covering this game as well. So, let's talk about that unit, right? Alright, so we got the capital damage control, right? So let's pop these down here. So here we go right here. We got capital damage control right here. They come in 3 flavors as of right now. Your basic, your Imperial, and your Federation. Obviously, there's none on the market as of right now. I'm not really sure how you get these. To tell you, I think they're through the new anomalies or through probably the lucky boxes, and you know how they get things. So as you see here, it says here, especially for the extra large hulls, damage control can be reused. So when you blow up, you know the other ones that just kind of went away when you use them? These are always there. So when you use it, it'll go down and it'll come back up. It'll last for 30 seconds. It's your basic damage control for your capital chips. It's really not much more to get into on that. So let's look at the stats on these things, right? Alright, so on the Imperial, right, we're going to give a, let's see, resistance of 16.90 across the board, structure, armor, and shield. Let's see, power grid requirements. I mean, it's basically the same across the board, whatever you're using here. Now, it says here that they are 6 billion, but we all know that price, as soon as they come on the market, they're going to be massive. They're going to be bloated. Same here with this one. So the Federation one is 16.46% through the 3s. So it looks like the Imperial one is going to be a little bit better for you at 1690. That's going to be better for you. Let's see, 75.6 megawatts, 1260 joules. Let's see, this one is this the same? No, this one's a lower power grid requirement. I mean, and if we're really talking about it, what? It's like 30%, 40%, right? Almost difference between the two, so you can't go wrong with either one. Just depends on what you're fitting on your system, what you can fit. Now, obviously the basic is going to be very well. Yeah, it's 1594. So this is a full 1% lower than the Imperial one. Again, power grid requirements are a little bit less. Activation cost is a little bit less. But pick your poison, right? So let's move on to the next thing that they were talking about here, and that would be the Starbreak Nanocore. So let's take a look at this thing. Now, this thing is beautiful. I am going to say, the artwork, the art division or art team, they never do disappoint whenever they are putting things out. Let's go to capitals here. All right, we're going to go to supers. We're going to go to my personal favorite, the Knicks. Don't judge. All right, and let's take a look at these cores here. I'm going to go all the way down here. Come on. There we go. Basic info. All right. So here we go. Here's your basic Knicks. These are some of the other cores. Obviously, you can play around with them. You know, I mean, the Apocalypse one was pretty damn cool from the last update. I actually kind of like that with the balls. But the Starbreak. Let's check this out here. Look at this. Let's get a bigger view here. That is a cool as hell nanocore. I would want it, right? I mean, this thing's badass. Look at this thing. This thing is gorgeous. Even from the bottom, you got the red and black colors, and I'm always partial to red and black. But it's just, it looks like something from out of Diablo, to tell you the truth, out of D4. So this is a very, very cool core. Let's see if I can get the stats on that core. So we were able to pull up the Marshall Starbreak core. And let's see here. Starbreak Reforged plus 1. Missile turret damage plus 19.20%. Flight velocity is 22.20%. Obviously, you can build this thing up further and further, but it's a damn good core. So, I mean, obviously, you gotta whale hard to get this thing, guys. Obviously. So that brings us to our other thing. Yes, the Interstellar Bazaar is back. Get ready to open up your wallets. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to the Interstellar Bazaar. Let's go here. Okay. So we got the new lightweight ship, new assault integrated augmented lightweight destroyers have been added. Let's take a peek at those. Now these ones are coming 3 different flavors, right? You got your assault, your integrated, and your augmented destroyers, right? Basically, the assault is going to focus more on flight velocity, weapon range, stasis web of fire, than on defense. It's going to be slightly lowest firepower compared to offense. Integrated, it says here, things to do, blah, 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 consists of, okay, so, aspects, speed, weapon range, and fire control. And the augmented are going to be extremely strong overall performance. How to obtain these? Let's see, assault, manufacture. Okay, so you got to build these up. Reverse engineering via the blueprints. Okay, so let's look them up in the game themselves. Here they are right here. So let's take a peek here. All right, so we got a lightweight. Let's see. What's this one? This one is the assault. So, all right, see here. We got our damage here. 703 EM, 469 thermal. Let's see. Overall defense is 7,169. Tracking speed is 480. 22.5 kilometer optimal range without any enhancements, and 1347 milliseconds. So it's pretty fast, right? Let's take a look at let's see, which one is this one. This one is the prototype. That's not the one. All right, integrated. Let's take a look at the integrated one. So we're all going to the coursers. So this one's going to have higher firepower, right? We got 804 EM, 536 thermal. The range is a little bit less. We got 19.80 instead opposed to the 22.5 kilometers. Tracking speed is 528, sorry. And let's see, speed, flight velocity is 1234. So yeah, this one's a little bit more powerful, right? Now let's look at the overall, right? That would be this one, the white one, augmented one. I believe the augmented is the best out of everything. So we got 852. 568, those are your damage for thermal and EM. Mid-range, right? So it's right between those two. So it's 20.7 kilometers. We have a speed of 1290. So, yeah. Pick your poison, right? Obviously, none of these are on the market yet. So there are no prices in-game. You basically have their suggested prices for each of these. But we all know that's going to change. So if you're not building this and you're looking to buy, hold off and save yourself some money. All these prices will be going down in about 2 weeks or so, as with every cycle when we bring in new things. All right, so next thing on this patch, I know I'm trying to go right through this. So we got new rigs, new navigation rigs for mineral hold optimization, structural hold optimization. We don't have to look at those. All right, now we're going to get into the events, right? Let's look at the new portrait experience. Now, I did look at this earlier. And as you can see here, let's bring up events here. And here's our Starbreaker overall theme. Do we have music playing? I think we do. It's where's my earphones? Let's find this out. I think I have it playing a little bit low in the background. Yeah, it's a bit low, so it's not going to drown out my voice or anything. So as you can see, a lot of new things here. We got missions, we got everything else. But let's go to the actual, where's the portraits? New portrait experience. Okay, so obviously this is my portrait here. Now, as you can see, not all of them have changed. Yes, they still have some of the horrendous ones back from the launch of the game, but they have intermingled some of the new ones in there, right? So old, this is old. I believe that one could be new. I don't know. I know this one's a new one, right? A little bit like Scarlett Johansson there. Let's keep going. Oh god, some of these are just horrid. Yeah, that's definitely old. This one might be one of the new ones here. I think every time you cycle through, you might get one of the new ones. Yeah, this one's a new one here. So again, there are some new portraits in here. That one's an old one. This one's one of the newer ones here. So yeah, you're gonna just have to cycle through it. This is the one I think Rambo said it looked like Taylor Swift, right? So they do have a bunch of new portraits in here. You just kind of have to kind of cycle through them, and the new ones do definitely look better than the old ones. But I don't know. I'm kind of particular. I'm gonna keep. I think I'm still gonna rock my original, right? That's a pretty cool lighting effect on this one. But as you can see, it's nothing new. You're going to get one free change to pick out a new one. But if you want to change your portrait again down the line, you are probably have to pay. I think it's AUR. You have to pay for it. Let's see here. It doesn't really give us, and I'm not going to just swap it around to find out. But yeah. So you get one free change if you want. If you're not liking your portrait, go cycle through. You'll maybe find a new one that you like. It's about time we were able to change our portraits. All right, so they changed the cosmic anomalies. Let's see. In all Nyla spaces, when moving, you gain 30-second lock protection status, which disappears after moving or using any module. Let's see. Capital Proving Grounds. Unknown rifts are in. They remove the ores from dangerous deposits. So there's a bunch of change. Capital ship quarries, waste seekers. There's new waste seekers graphs available on. In the events area. They did some ship balancing, some module balancing. Yeah, so these are all the balance adjustments here. We're not going to get into the balance adjustments, so if you guys want to go ahead and read through them, because I also want to give you guys the community news as well. But yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of new events in here. Let's go through some of these other events. Let's see, like cluster jamming here. This is the new, event. You got to walk through your missions. All right, obviously I haven't done anything. Starbreaker Strike, I believe, is your actual contact mission where you can go through the story and earn yourself metal and other products. Obviously, the Interstellar Bazaar is back again, and I believe Lucky Boxes, unfortunately, are back again. Yeah, so you're going to have to spend to get, right? Here's your Lucky Boxes, guys. Now, in these Lucky Boxes, right, you have a chance to get the cores for these. But, again, it's a lot of AUR you gotta drop to get this, right? And there might be a leaderboard. Let's see, is there a leaderboard this time around? Regional development. I haven't really played with this. Now, I got one of these tokens in the mailbox, in my mail, so I'll have to check that out. Yeah. So, I guess there is, the Corporation Week, that's going to be coming at, let's see, tomorrow. Looks like it's going to start tomorrow, and it's going to go to the end of December. Let's take a look here. Okay, so yeah, here it is right here. Corporations meet requirements, can register for free. The competition follows the elimination format with the first 16 teams. So basically, it's court battles, right? But in a tournament setting. You're going to have the chance to win a Lucent Moon Carrier, exclusive league commemorative medals, corporation standings, other generous rewards. We'll have to look at that when it actually goes live. So, as you can see, there's new music, there's new screen, there's a bunch of things that were brought in. So, a lot of good things are coming with the game, and they have been putting a lot of things. So, let's jump into the player count, right? Now, Rambo and Taylor put this out, I think, about 2 weeks ago. And here you go. This is what was provided by the devs. So take it with a grain of salt. I know everyone can go onto the Apple iOS store. They can go onto the Apple store to see how many downloads are and everything else. But this is supposed to be unique individual accounts, right? Not like when you're logging in, you got 3 accounts on, 3 tunes on one account. These are supposed to be unique individual accounts of players. And as you can see, it started off on the September of 2021 with 55,648 players. Spiked here in August of 22 at 63. Then, gradual, but it's saying we're on the rise. We have more than we did in 2021, right? 3 years later, it basically says that the game is growing strong. Now, whether you actually see this in game or not, or whether these are actual bots, whether these are, RMT accounts, I don't know. But these are the numbers that were provided by the devs, saying that these are individual accounts. So yes, the game is still in a healthy spot, in a healthy space right now. The devs are still coming out. Is it still pay to win? Yes. Yes. Would you expecting that to change ever? No. It's always going to be pay to win, guys. It's always going to be that way. Okay, our next story is about a player who was just scammed out of a super. Now, this player has had it rough. This is actually the second super this player has actually lost this year. The first one was due to some stuff that happened within the corporation. We covered it a while ago. But the person wants to remain anonymous, so I have blacked out their name and all the screenshots that are coming up, okay? So let's go ahead and start this off. So he was contacted by this account here, Gabriel Gaming, saying, hey bro, I want your Wyvern. I will have a character with 720 billion ISK ready tomorrow. It can join your corporation in 2 days. You contract the Wyvern to me in Kamala, in the ITC. I would drop the ISK into your corporation wallet, no taxes, deal. This person says, okay, deal. Now, obviously right there is a red flag, right? And I mean this as a PSA to all players. I'm not making light of the situation or anything like that. This is Eve, people. Never give something, how can I say this? Don't trust, right? Trust is a very finite commodity, and you need to kind of hold it close. So, any transactions, if you're not going to do it in the fees in the contract, then have them give you the ISK first, before anything else. Period. That's all right, let's just go back in. So it's okay, bro. This happened the next day. I will prepare the alt. I want to protect my main account from being on any Wyvern pilot list, so it will be a new alt account. I will let you know the name when he applies. What is your corporation? Again, another red flag right there. Says, contact again. My alt has the ISK and is on the 24-hour cooldown. So here we go. Here it says, how long do you like the person says, do you like red Wyverns? He said, just saw one. He says, no. And he goes, okay, I'm getting ready for the ISK. He goes, I am. So he obviously right there, he either traded it to him or no, it was a contract, and I actually have the contract up right here. As you can see here, contract for 0 ISK, estimated market value. Now the in-game character is called Gabe Mule. So if you do see this pilot, just this account, be wary. This is the scammed, the account that used it to scam. And as you can see here is the Wyvern, here is the rigs, here's everything on here. It says estimated market value is 1 trillion. Let's go back to that screenshot here. So 7:42 p.m. And then right here, basically, you know, he doesn't send the money. He says, okay, your turn. He waited, did not get it. He says, all right, a scammer, I'm going to find where you are and have it killed. The next day, the person replied back, Super Cat PvP content is dead here in the West. I would very much appreciate if you could provide some. This Discord account will not be used anymore. See you on the battlefield. Basically saying, hey, thanks for the free ship. And here is this is the corp right here, RPM. It's part of AOK, or ADK, I guess. And here it is. Gabe Meal left the corporation. You know, he joined the corporation, then he left. He basically got everything. As soon as he accepted the contract, he left the corporation. Never give your ship before you get paid. Period. Don't give anything until you have money in hand. That is the lesson learned here. Now, I did ask this player if they contacted the devs, because obviously we covered in a large amount the whole thing with Adam, right? With B-Town, the month ends, you know, it took like 3 or 4 months to resolve. I asked him, have you contacted the devs or anyone else? He says they are not answering back. So I would tell this person, keep contacting. Be a pain in their ass. Keep opening up tickets on the main Discord. If they are so against being scammed, or you know, succumbing to scams, and since, you know, B-Town was his account was rated to get everything back, you should be able to get your stuff back. So do this. Make sure that you are contacting the devs. Be a pain in your ass. If you are scammed, do this. Be annoying as hell, right? Until you get back. And in future endeavors, don't trust anyone. Ever. Don't do it. It's not going to work out. So let's look at some other things here. As far as community news, that's basically what I got. So what we're going to do now is we are actually going to look for the month of November, because obviously I haven't been around in 2 weeks. For some of the biggest kills. I'm kind of bringing back the big kills, because I want to see. Now, obviously, this first one, that's not right. Obviously, this is one that fell through the cracks here. It's saying that this outpost here is worth 18.6 trillion. Look, as you see, it's Photoshop the clown in here. So this one fell through the cracks. It obviously is not worth this amount of ISK. So we're negating this one. So what are some of the biggest kills we had? So we have this one right here. QQNN. We have a 1.8 billion Supercarrier Hell was killed. Right? And obviously this one was lost in a PvE incident. So let's go on to the next one. This is a 1.4 billion Nix. We're editing this out. Obviously, this next one here is this 1.4 billion ISK Nix, but we cannot show it. That's right. Because, again, some shenanigans are at play on Mario View. Yeah, I don't feel like getting demonetized, so I'm not putting it on there. Someone replaced the image of the ship with the lower region of female bits, as you can tell. Yeah, so we're not opening that one up, right? I edited it out. I opened it. I edited it out. I'm pretty sure it'll be on the on-air chat next time we talk on the Echoes of New Eden podcast. Well, let's see if this one's safe. This is a Wyvern that died. 1.2 trillion. Okay, this one is legit. All right, so let's see. Looks hack killed HHUA Samuel 16 Sassoon. 1.2 trillion Wyvern Supercarrier that was killed. And it just goes down from there. Let's see. We have a Hell that was killed in Branch. There we go here. 965 billion on that one. This was, looks like PvE. Is this PvE or is this, yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one in Esoteria was killed for 200. Yeah, so it drops dramatically right there, right? So we have Cyan C, Wasago, and then, yeah, that's what we have moving forward for the month. So not a lot of huge kills, you know, this month. What I mean by supers and stuff like that. So yeah, we have a Cyan C here that was killed here. Let's see here, 2.65 billion. Sorry, 259 billion. Sorry, obviously English is not working for me today. And let's look at that Vasago right here. There we go. 253 million. So those are your big kills for the month so far. Again, obviously, if you want to see that one, go to Mario and look it up. It is a Nyx that died in 6E Tech MOW in Impasse 1.4 trillion. I'm not bringing that image up again. I'm not getting demonetized, but I will throw it in the on-air chat during the podcast. So I'm sure that no, I'm pretty sure Tara will find it funny. But yeah, so that's our show, and obviously I'm gonna plug it again. If you guys want more news in your life, shoot over to the Echoes of New Eden podcast, which is every Sunday. Obviously, they had some issues. There was a bunch of ops and real life stuff that was going on, so they did not have a episode this last Sunday. But there will be the ones moving forward. However, Rambo will not be in attendance. Obviously, holidays are coming up, the family issues, family obligations, so and work and everything else. So Rambo will not be in the next 2 episodes. But if Taylor is hosting, expect a show there. I'll try and make it on as well, depending on what my wife has me doing. So other than that, again, it's every Sunday, usually at 3 p.m. Eastern. Depending on what they may shift the times now due to scheduling and everything. But that's where you have. If you want to be part of the live audience, jump on their Discord for the time of the show and you can interact with the host. It's a great time. Everyone has fun. So with that, y'all have a great week. Have a great weekend. Fly safe. And remember, here on this channel, we are always one vision, one purpose, one front. See you guys in the next video.